Hey, what's going on, Emily?
Hi.
Back in the hot seat. All right, Emily Shilson, double champ. How are you feeling?
Feeling pretty good. I felt a lot better in my last match than I did the rest of the weekend, so I think it showed.
Yeah, your leg laces look absolutely nasty in that match. How'd you get them so tight?
They just kind of fell into place tight. I work on laces a lot. I need to work on them more because a couple other matches I wasn't able to get them, even though I had it locked up, and so I'm going to be spending a lot of time there.
Yeah, so senior nationals, you were supposed to wrestle Chavez, I think in the Conci semis, and you ended up pulling out. So were you looking forward to the opportunity to get that match with her?
Yeah, for sure. I don't like having to pull out of tournaments, but it didn't make sense because I wasn't able to get in my stance, and so I didn't want to lose a match that I shouldn't have lost because I wasn't able to wrestle my best. And so I was really looking forward to this opportunity.
Yeah, so back-to-back days. I mean, again, for the most part, did you get technical falls in every match except yesterday's finals?
I got 2 pins today, I believe, but other than that,
Yeah,
yes.
and pins. So any fatigue wrestling back-to-back tournaments, or are you feeling pretty good?
I'm feeling pretty good. My neck is really sore today. I kind of jammed my neck in the finals yesterday, so I think that's why my whole upper body is a little sore, but I can't let that slow me down because there are going to be other tournaments where I'm going to have tight matches where my body's going to get tired and fatigued, and so I can't let that get to me.
Yeah. So obviously, age group wise, you're usually top dog. Very rarely someone will challenge you. And I would say at the senior level, you're placing at the tournaments, and competing and doing well. But what is it going to take that next step and to start winning some of these senior tournaments and hanging with the world team members and the multiple time national team member types? And I know in the past that you have been right there too. So
I think the biggest thing right now is getting bigger and stronger, especially like this tournament, senior nationals. It was plus 2 kilos, and I'm pretty much there already. And so I need to put on a lot of weight and a lot of muscle. But it's awesome, like seeing these tough girls at these tournaments for younger ages, and people like Sally Roberts. They've really helped grow the sport a ton. So now I have a lot of other opportunities to wrestle girls my age, and now as we get older, it's gonna be a senior level. So it's great to see the growth of wrestling.
yeah. So hopefully we have an NCAA season this year. Are you planning to compete for Augsburg, or is it like solely Olympic focus?
I would love to compete for Augsburg this year. I'm not on the roster this semester just because of the Beat the Streets and Senior Nationals, but if we do have a season in January, I'm gonna be looking for another title.
So in addition to this, the NCAA season, what else is on your horizon potentially before Olympic team trials?
Honestly, I don't know when my next tournament will be. My main focus right now is getting better and stronger for the Olympic trials. And my strength coach, he's actually here this weekend, Dr. Josh McLean from Body Rejuvenation. He's been a huge part of my success the last few years. Like, I wrestled at 43 kilos until my senior year, and now I'm competitive at 50 kilos, and he's been a huge part of that. And now we're just going to keep getting bigger and stronger.
So 2 days, two titles. How are you celebrating tonight?
I haven't had ice cream in 4 months, so I think we might get some ice cream after this.
What flavor?
I don't know, probably chocolate. But after that, it's back to the wrestling room, back to the weight room.
Awesome. Well, enjoy your ice cream tonight, Emily. You really earned it. Great
Thank you.
tournaments, great couple days of wrestling.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Great job.
Thank you.
Yeah, go ahead. Hey, congratulations.
Thanks.
Take a seat in the hot seat whenever you're ready.
All right.
New way of doing that, huh?
Yeah, pretty crazy, right?
I'm not the best at interviews, so.
No worries. Roman Heaton, junior on the wrong day. U23 national champion. How are you feeling?
Pretty good.
You wrestled like a woman possessed today. You pinned Tierra Ike in the semifinals and then had a dominant finals win. How are you feeling out there?
I feel pretty good leading up to this match. I've been working on a lot of areas that I needed to work on for a while back at home after the senior nationals, so I think that helped out a ton.
So senior nationals, you had a really strong showing too. You finished runner-up, lost to Catherine Shy, who's a 7-time national team member, I think. What were you able to build off of from that performance, and how do you feel you wrestled today compared to last month in Iowa City?
I think I have made some leaps and jumps just because I've been working more on my hand fight. The coaches for the RTC have been helping me. Chris Bono, Seth Gross, Reader, they've all been helping me in those areas, and just mostly my hand fighting and getting to my offense, and I was able to do that today. So yeah.
So with competitions being so limited, over the past several months, what's it mean to be able to get out and get some good quality matches against tough opponents?
It means a lot because I don't know, if I wasn't able to come out here, I wouldn't be getting that mat time, and I don't know, I just wouldn't have many areas. I wouldn't know where I should be working on. So I think it's awesome that we have the opportunity to come out and wrestle, even with COVID and everything. Thankful that we get to be out here.
So I gotta ask, recently engaged,
Yeah.
2 athletes training for the Olympics during a pandemic. Has wedding planning started yet? Is that something that's even on your mind? Do you have time for that right now?
I know. Well, with COVID, things have been pushed back a ton, just because I think a lot of people have been having those canceled, but we're planning it, hopefully around sometime in May. So, yeah, excited.
Congratulations. That's really awesome stuff.
Thank you.
How are you guys competitive with a lot of stuff, or is it off the mat you guys are good?
I think some things. I think Seth is just a competitive person all the time, and I guess I am in some areas, but not as high as Seth is. It isn't a bad thing. I mean, yeah, it helps. He helps and pushes me, and I push him. So.
Fair enough. So leading up to the Olympic team trials, what's your training going to look like? What do you plan to do to prepare?
It'll probably be around the same as what it was in between senior and now. Just keep on working on. I have a lot that I took from this tournament that I can take back, and still stuff that I'm working on from senior nationals. So I mean, I'll still put that into my training and hopefully go out there and get a title.
Yeah. Well, congratulations. Awesome wrestling
Thank
today. Look forward to seeing you back on the mat soon.
Thank you. Good.
Congrats.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Crazy.
Oh, I know.
Oh, yeah.
So have
Yeah.
fun.
It's been nuts already. So we're trying not to. If it doesn't work out, we're just push it back a little bit, So I'm not gonna rush it just because.
It's all about you guys. It's
Yeah.
whatever you want. Everyone's gonna be there for you.
Yeah,
So,
exactly.
yeah, do you.
Appreciate it.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thank
Of
you.
course.
Yeah, we'll see you later.
Yeah. See you guys. Yep.
Hey,
Hey, Alton.
how you doing?
I'm good. How about yourself?
I'm great.
I'm good. I'm glad. You should be.
I'm sitting here.
Yep.
Okay, sweet.
Ready to roll?
Yeah, let's go.
All right, Alton Pettit. U23 national champion. How you feeling?
I feel pretty good. I've been in that final spot a few times and didn't quite pull the trigger, so that feels good.
So getting over the hump, is that like a pretty big relief?
What do you mean by getting over the hump? Like,
Getting in the finals, winning it, and bringing home the big stop line.
yeah, I mean, it feels good at the end of the day. My mom ends up taking all my awards anyways. It's less about the stop sign and more about that I've put in a lot of work the last 4 years in college, and it's really cool to see it pay off, and I'm really excited to see it working.
So how do you feel like you wrestled today?
I feel like my first 2 matches were pretty sweet. Until I came to college, I wasn't very offensive at all. My go-to is a front headlock, and like that's great, but I was able to get a lot of work a lot of stuff I've been working on singles. I got a little double in there, so that kind of stuff was great. And then my last 2 matches, my semis match was one of my good friends and drilling partners at King, so it was really a hard fought match, and we both honestly could have pulled it out. So that was a good match. And then this one was more staying patient and just like focusing on staying in good position. So I think it was really good. The good position definitely won the last couple. So
when's the last time you competed in the sport?
March 6th was our last day at nationals for the NCAA teams. So that was the last time.
So it's been a little while.
It's been a little while. We've been itching. Like I know my whole team has been itching to come and compete and finally get our hands on some new people.
So that first match back, when you're on the mat, and there's a real ref, and there's a scoreboard, what was going through your head?
Oh, I was just excited. Like at our national tournament this past March, I was ranked, and like I was definitely getting in my head a little bit about it. So I didn't compete at my highest level. It was actually probably one of my worst tournaments since I've been in college. But since like during COVID and stuff like that, I was able to get my mental kind of figured out. So now I'm just trying to have fun with every single match, and it doesn't matter who I step on the mat with. I'm just going to go out and have fun and wrestle to the best of my ability, because I do that the best when I'm having fun.
So what did your training leading up to this tournament look like?
My whole team has been lifting pretty heavy. We're on a pretty good lifting program right now. We've been on the mat since September. So before that, I was mostly lifting a lot. But yeah, we've been scrapping. We've been grinding. We've had grind matches, which are like super long matches. We normally do this thing called, we used to call it Hell Week, but we call it H Week now. But we normally have that, but because we weren't allowed to be in groups until just recently, like our whole group, we were more focusing on like small groups of individuals, which I think definitely helped a lot, like bringing our team up and stuff like that. And I know our coaches had to be there a lot longer because they're running through different practices, but I think that definitely paid off a lot too.
Yeah. So expectations for this tournament, was it to bring home the title? Was that what you thought you were going to do coming in?
At the end of the day, like I think previous U23 tournaments and previous other tournaments, whatever it may be, like the goal was to bring home the stop sign or whatever, first place. But today, like honestly, going into this weekend, I just had the expectation of like, hey, I'm here to have fun. This is my last season, so I had fun during all my matches, and I think that was a better focus than like bringing home the stop sign, because obviously at the end of the day you want to bring home the stop sign, but I think having fun is a better focus, because if you're not having fun, you're not really here for the right reasons, I think.
So is Olympic team trials on the horizon for you, Catherine?
Yeah, that's 100%. That's where my sights are headed. So
what's the lead up to that going to look like?
Honestly, I think we prepare the same. We're about to go home here in a little bit, so we'll be lifting heavier. I'm gonna go stay with some of my teammates for a few weeks. Just gonna approach it the same, like every day. I try not to look into the future too much, because then I put pressure on myself. But when I'm just focusing on every practice and like every takedown, literally every match, every second, when I'm more present, I think I do better. So I'm just trying to stay present and just if I'm wrestling a duel against a school that I'm like not like isn't considered great, like, oh well, I step on the mat, I'm approaching it the same with all of my matches. So I think just one match at a time, one day at a time, and we'll get there, and I'm sure it'll be like here before I know it.
Yeah. Well, congratulations. Awesome performance today. Looking forward to seeing you back on the mat soon, hopefully at the Olympic Games draft.
Thank you so much. Ooh. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Have a
Good
good
job.
night.
You too. Hey,
Hello.
you ready to go? Oh, no, let me whip this down first. You.
Am I supposed to keep my mask on?
You do not have your mask on, no.
Can I get your mask on?
Yeah, no problem.
I'm supposed to
Yep. Ready? Let's do it. Cheeto Motopedals, U23 national champion. How are you feeling?
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, what is Sochi?
Sochi.
Sochi.
I butchered it. Sochi, I
Right.
met you 2 years ago, I think, at Fargo, and I asked you your name beforehand, so I didn't butcher it. I should have done that.
It's all right.
I apologize. Sochi, U23 national champion. How are you feeling?
Pretty good.
So I'm watching on Flow Arena, and you were up, I think, 2-1, and then I turned around and the match was over. What happened?
Trap the arm. Good.
Gotcha. Competed yesterday at juniors, and you finished runner-up, came back today, and won the U23 tournament. What was that like?
I mean, I got some rest time the day before the junior tournament. I didn't really get that good of sleep either. I just feel recovered.
Yeah. Any differences in your wrestling between yesterday and today, or just, different?
Yeah, me and my coach talked through more technique today. So that worked.
Gotcha. So this year at senior nationals, I mean, again, you were a known commodity, Fargo champ, you've had a lot of success. In senior nationals, you go out and pin 2-time world silver medalist Allie Reagan and make the finals. Do you feel like people kind of, you might have known about you a little more, you might have had a target on your back for this tournament?
I guess, but I mean, I don't really care. I know there's some people that's the same as I am. I treat everyone who I wrestle the same. So.
Gotcha. So I gotta ask, the shades are really cool. You also wore them at Fargo. You just dig the shades? Or?
Yeah, I have a plethora of reasons actually. One, I do like sunglasses. 2, I don't like light in my eye.
Yeah, fair enough. You have a bunch of different pairs you wear, or is that like your bag?
No, I actually have 2 everywhere I go. I break them a lot. I've like fallen asleep with them, and yeah.
So when I was talking to you at Fargo, it sounded like the plan. I think you're planning to be a dental hygienist. Correct? Am I correct, or am I off?
Yeah, no, you're right. I don't know. I won't say that I won't be. I don't know. I just have different interests.
I got you.
It's always changing.
Yeah, I got you.
For some time, I actually wanted to do carpentry, but
That's pretty cool too.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, you got some time to figure it out. Obviously, wrestling is a big part of your life. But how is not wrestling in the college or university setting? How do you get your training and keep going? Does your dad have a club?
No, my dad does not.
I'm like
No, it's right. I actually go to a club called Rise. Head coach is Coach Derek Waldrop. I try to go 2 to 3 days a week. Sometimes I can't make it since I coach at another club, Spring Klein. Yeah, I just go practice.
Gotcha.
I wouldn't really know how it is, like college-wise, because again, I've never wrestled in college.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
Yeah.
I guess I don't train as much as other people, but I still get good technique. I have a good coach.
Gotcha. So 2 days, 2 full tournaments. How's your body feeling?
Tired, broken down. I don't know. I also blame it on the coldness up here. Since we're down in Texas, this is like freezing. Yeah, since this will be my last tournament for a while, I'll sleep it off.
Yeah. Olympic team trials on your horizon?
Yes.
What's the preparation leading up to that like?
Same as always. I'm not really gonna change anything.
Gotcha.
I guess I'll just work on my weaknesses, and that's about it.
All right. Well, hey, congratulations! Great wrestling. Nettie's a really tough opponent, so great job and congratulations.
Can I say something extra?
Yeah, go for it.
All right, so, what's good? It's your boy, the Overlord Mastermind, back at it again. This time leaving. What's up, Cameron? What's up, Katia? All right.
Now that's the way to do the movie. Good stuff.
All right. Thank you.
Yep. I gotta wet down again, right?
Give each other's turn. Her rolling around on the same dirty pad all day.
And you don't have to keep the mask on.
Okay.
All right, Desiree as well. U23 national champion. How you doing?
Yes, sir. I'm feeling great. This was my last year at U23, and I mean, I took second, and then COVID happens, and this was my last chance at gold, so I kind of went, all in.
Yeah. So I didn't get to catch your finals match. I was looking at the screen, and then it was over. What happened? Can you walk us through it?
Takedown, turn, takedown, turn, turn. That's about it. It was a tech, so first round tech.
That's about as dominant as you can get. Obviously, are you happy with your performance?
Yeah, I'm really happy. I went down a weight class, so usually I'm a 62. But I've been weighing light, and I was like, it's my last year. I might as well make the cut and go for it. So, yep.
Do you think potentially for Olympic team trials we could see you back at 57? I mean, I know it was +2. But
I'm thinking about it. I'm kind of just gonna see how my body feels and how my weight goes. It's a long ways away, so I'm gonna see how I feel getting closer.
So looking through the results, you teched your way through the whole tournament and you didn't allow points scored. Can you talk about the dominance that you displayed today?
I was just excited to compete, and I was just really hungry for that first place. I'm used to taking second at everything. World team trials last year, U23 last year, senior nationals last year, second, and I just came in with the mentality of I'm better than everyone in my weight class and no one's going to beat me. And I just kind of kept telling myself that. Anytime I was nervous, I was doubting myself. I was telling myself, you're cutting down to this weight. You're not gonna cut down to this weight and freaking lose,
Yeah.
So
you had a month ago or so, you had a barn burner with Jennifer Page. You didn't come out on top, but it was a great match, one of the best matches on the card with a lot of fun matches. Can you talk about that experience and wrestling, on the Nittany Lion Wrestling Club's card?
It was awesome to be asked, and I was just really looking for any opportunity to wrestle. Like,
I was telling my coaches, I don't care who I'm wrestling, I don't care when I'm wrestling, I don't care what weight I'm wrestling, I just want to wrestle. I was missing being on the mat. So it was really awesome to be asked to do that, and it was a good match. I learned a lot, got lots of things I need to work on.
Cool. So what do the next couple months look like for you leading up to the 15 class?
For me, I would say just be persistent in my training and be consistent. We've been going pretty hard for a few months now, 2-a-days for the past 3 months. So I would say my training wise, it's good. I definitely have some things I need to work on. So maybe like tune into a few things I think that I need to work on, and than that, just keep chugging away.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, you wrestled lights out today. Great tournament. Congratulations on getting your stop sign.
Thank you.
And hopefully we see you back on the mat pretty soon.
Yep, that's the plan. Thank you, sir.
Great job.
I know I heard maybe.
Congrats. All right, Macy Philby, double champ. How you feeling?
I feel good.
Tired at all?
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, I'm pretty sore. So.
I did not catch your finals match. How did it go down?
It was trying to think now. I got to my shots. It was 8-0 going into the second, and then during that second period, I got my takedown right away, and yeah.
So I don't think you let up a point. Yesterday's finals, you gave up 2.
I did, yeah.
But other than that, unscored upon in the U23 tournament, almost all techs in the junior tournament. Can you talk about the dominance you displayed over the past few days?
I've just been really working on my defense. So just being confident in my defense and knowing that I have the confidence that nobody's going to score on me. So it makes me a little more patient, and my attacks open up better for me. So I think that's definitely part of it. And then yeah, I just been working on it a lot, especially with Tony. He said that defense will win the big matches. So that's been sticking in my head. So that's good.
Yeah. So you're junior eligible, but you're senior national team member. You're U23 world finalist. Do you feel like there's kind of a target on your back when you come to the age group tournaments? And I mean, it's obviously been there for a while because you've been one of the top age level wrestlers pretty much your whole career.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, I for sure come in with a target on my back. And I mean, yeah, I mean, I almost feel like I'm expected to win these tournaments. So yeah, to answer your question, I do. But,
is it tough to deal with that pressure?
I just look at it as another tournament. I mean, trusting my training. Usually I come into these tournaments well prepared. So just going out and sticking to what I've been doing in practices.
Yeah. So Tar Heel Wrestling Club, obviously, you've got some great coaches, couple Olympians, Olympic gold medalists came one day. Can you talk a little bit about that training environment?
Yeah, for sure. It's a great training environment. I get all those coaches, Kenny Monday, Jordan Oliver, Tony Ramos, Jamil Kelly, Coleman Scott, Gary Wayne's in there helping out.
Yeah, so that's 3 Olympic medalists.
Yeah,
crazy.
Yeah. So I'm able to pick things from each one of their styles. Of course, they're all different. So I can take and choose what I can implement into my wrestling style. Of course, not all of it's going to work out for me, but I'm able to take little things from each one of them and implement it into my style. So that's really good. And plus the guys there, it's a great culture. So training alongside them, they're grinding, I'm grinding. It's all around great environment.
Yeah, I can imagine. So what do you think is the biggest difference between these age group competitions and the senior level competitions? And what do you need to do to, move up that national team ladder and eventually
hmm I think the biggest difference between these eight, like for me wrestling down at my age division and then going up to seniors, I'd say the seniors are just a little more savvy. They know if I shoot a sweep single, like they're gonna defend it, and I'm gonna have to go to something else. Whereas like here, I know I can hit my sweep single and I can finish it some way. But wrestling with those older people, you got to be able to chain wrestle. You have to be able to know what you want next. And yeah, I mean, they're older, more mature, so they've been in my shoes before a while ago. So I think, yeah, just experience for me right now is very important.
So next couple months leading up to the Olympic trials, what are they going to look like for you training wise?
As of right now, I'll be in North Carolina training with who I've been training with, and down there visiting home once in a while. We'll see what opens up. It's hard with COVID and stuff going on, so I've been just planning month by month. So yeah, that could definitely change, or I could be there till April. So we'll see.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely hard to predict the future. You can't really with the pandemic going on. What would you say that you maybe learned or improved on, during the pandemic?
Yeah, I've been able to compete a lot, which a lot of people haven't been able to. So after each one of those competitions, I definitely learned something or a lot, depending on what happened. So just making adjustments from those tournaments and just kind of figuring out what my style is. I feel like I've been kind of all over the place a little bit, maybe trying to implement too much of someone's style. So just getting back to what I know best. And yeah.
So 2 titles, how are you going to celebrate that?
I mean, my mom and dad drove down to watch me, so I'm sure I'll spend some time with them. And of course, it's the wrestling world here, so I'll probably catch up with a lot of my friends and stuff. So, yeah.
Emily Chilton said she's getting ice cream. Do you have, anything like that's back of your head that you want to do?
No, not really. I had pasta last night, so that was good. But I'll probably get some good food or dessert tonight too. So
awesome. Well, hey Macy, great performance. Great, 2 days of performances. Congratulations. And looking forward to seeing you in April.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Great job today. Yep, I'm just wiping down the chair real quick. Congratulations, by the way.
Thank you. Sweaty.
Just won a national title, should be, right?
Yeah, it makes sense, right?
Ashlyn Ortega, U23 national champion. Very dominant day. Didn't allow points scored on you. Pinned or attacked everybody. How are you feeling?
I feel good. I'm happy with my performance. Had a little bit of setbacks with my training and stuff like that with some injuries, but my coach kept telling me to, think positive. And I think like when you control this, it reflects in the rest of the things that you do.
So, with the setbacks and maybe the not ideal training situation, what were your expectations coming to this point?
My expectations, well, obviously everybody wants to win, right? That's the goal. But at the end of the day, as long as I'm doing what I'm working on, I'm having fun, that's success to me. So.
When's the last time you competed in this?
Nationals. It was nationals in March, and I qualified for Olympic trials. So I took third at nationals, and I was, it like set me up to get better for Olympic trials. just fed that hunger. And then COVID hits, but the drive was still there, and I maintained everything that I could do that was in my control during that time. So, and I think it reflected today.
So what did it feel like when you're walking out there for your first match, you know, referee, scoreboard, and you know, it's a real live match against an opponent, and it's the first time you've wrestled, you know, in like 8 months.
Right. You know, it felt good. It felt really good just to have some normalcy. It was weird because I, you know, shake the coach and then shake the ref's hand and you put your hands out to make sure they check you. And he was like, no, you know. And so that was weird. And then also with the hand raising, it was like, okay, you know. So like all of it's different, but I'm just grateful, you know, to be out here and that we could do this in this time. So
yeah,
it's good.
So Olympic team trials, really not too far away at this point. What's your lead up for that?
My lead up. Well, I'm gonna take each day as it comes, right? And we have a college season so far. We have some duels coming up and stuff like that. So just competing my best that I can and getting feedback from those matches, and then we'll reevaluate. And you know, when the day comes, we'll be ready to step out on that.
Well, hey, great performance today. Fantastic. Congratulations. Look forward to seeing you.
Thank you. Okay. That was fun. I haven't done one of those since like my cadet years, so it was good.
Hopefully you'll have some more in the future.
Right? Thank you. What was your name?
Mike.
Mike.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah.
Hey, Skylar. Let me flip this down real quick for you. Ready when you are.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good.
All right,
Good.
Skylar Grove, U23 national champion. Feeling pretty good?
Yeah, I feel good.
So what's up with you and round robins?
I don't know. I don't know what happens. Yeah, I don't know. But, you know, I just came here to wrestle and I got the job done. So doesn't matter how many people are in your weight class, just, you know, just go out there and wrestle. So
Yeah. Less than a minute on the mat, pin in a technical fall. Can't get much better than that. Can you talk a little bit about your performance?
yeah, so my goal, you know, is just to go out there and wrestle the best I can. And I think going into this tournament, I'm just, you know, preparing for Olympic trials come April. So I'm just, you know, working as hard as I can every day and, you know, using every opportunity I can to compete. So I saw an opportunity to compete here and I said, yep, I'm going to do it. So you always see me competing at, you know, every chance I get. So.
Yeah. So you were also at senior nationals.
Mm-hmm.
You had a really strong tournament there. Beat Rachel Waters, beat some really tough ladies. Ended up runner-up. What, you know, did you take away from that tournament, and did any of that maybe help you for this tournament?
Yeah, I think that this year I've kind of changed in how I believe in myself. You know, prior to this year, I don't think I believed in myself as much as I could. So this year I definitely have a lot more confidence. And, you know, I thought I wrestled really well at senior nationals. I think I could have won the whole tournament, but I just kind of took that momentum of, you know, I'm right there and I can do this. And I took that into today. So.
Yeah. So during the, you know, pandemic, opportunities to compete are limited. So what is it like being able to go out there and get matches against, you know, quality opponents?
Yeah, I'm just so grateful, you know, for the opportunity to compete. But I think one of the things that helped me the most during this pandemic, it's a marathon, you know. So every day I just got better in the ways that I could. You know, the days that I couldn't get onto the mat because of the pandemic, I was out there running. I ran half marathon actually during COVID. So I was just trying to find every single way that I could better myself. And I think that has definitely helped me for now.
Do you think COVID has made you like mentally tougher?
Yeah, I actually do. So a lot of people like get down on themselves with COVID, but I just kind of took it as a time to better myself. I was like, all right, now I don't have too much going on. I can, focus on school, focus on getting better on the mat. So I think I used that time wisely, and I think it's definitely helped me.
What are you most proud of that you've accomplished over that time, besides the tournament business?
I think just staying focused. I think that's a hard thing for people to do without, having a tournament a week or 2 weeks. Like I didn't know when I was going to compete, so it was very hard for some people to stay focused. But I think I did a really good job just preparing for the next opportunity whenever that may come. I don't care if I can't wrestle for a year from now. I'm just going to make sure I'm ready at all times.
So again, we've got Olympic team trials coming up. Not quite around the corner, but they're getting here. What does it look like for you between now and then?
So I actually failed to qualify for Olympic trials, so I still have to qualify for that. But I'm just working on getting better, qualifying for Olympic trials. Hopefully, I think that might be like February or March, and then I'll have Olympic trials in April. So that's just kind of on the horizon for me. So focusing on that last chance qualifier.
Is it tough when that's your goal and there hasn't been a date set for the last chance qualifier?
I don't know. I mean, I guess kind of, but I kind of look at it as like winning the day. So every single day I just need to win the day, and I know that my time will come. So I just stay focused, and I know that one day it's going to happen for me. So.
Awesome. Well, hey, congratulations, Skylar. Looking forward to watching you compete in the full bracket soon.
Yeah.
I'm sure you're ready for that too. But,
yes.
Congratulations, awesome performance.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
All right, y'all good?
All good.
Thank you.
Yep. Hey, Caleb. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Oh, good.
All right, Kayla Morano, U23 national champion. How are you feeling?
Good. A little out of shape. That's something I'm gonna need to work on, but overall good.
When was your last tournament?
Oh, back in February.
Okay.
Yeah, so a while.
So stepping back out on the mat for your first live match since February, what did that feel like?
It felt good coming back because we've been practicing since August, so like it's fun to like finally be in a tournament and have that competitive spirit. But like I said, I'm very out of shape.
Always tough wrestling a teammate, especially in the finals. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, me and Oaf are actually drill partners, and so we're always like live wrestling together. So we really know each other and we feel each other out all the time. But also like she helps to push me every single day. So it sucks, but I'm also grateful for her.
So even though you guys know each other pretty well, you were obviously able to get your offense. I think it was a 11-0 technical fall. Can you walk us through that match a little bit?
Yeah, my technique is usually just really heavy hands. I like to get my ties. My 2-on-1 is what everybody kind of knows that I do. So just constantly having to like move people in my 2-on-1 is usually how I get to scoring positions.
So your mom's obviously the head coach, and was she cornering you?
She was not. My assistant coach was, but it's okay.
So coach's kid is one thing. Coach's kid, when your mom's the most decorated wrestler in women's freestyle history, is a whole different animal.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it seems like you've always been a tough wrestler, but you're really coming into your own. U23 national champion. You know, how's your mom been there, and how she pushed you, and how has she also, like, you know, also been your mom? And
Yeah.
all that. I'm sure you've been asked this about a billion times.
It's okay. My answer keeps getting better. She pushes me inside of wrestling, just to always try hard. She tells me that these are matches to get better. No one's gonna look back on it in 10 years and be like, oh, you lost this one match, you know. So she helps really relieve the pressure and stuff. And at the same time, she kind of knows like how people are watching you wrestle, knowing how to defend the 2-on-1 and stuff. So she's always helping me try to find new ways to find more offense off of it. And then outside of wrestling, she's like the most supportive, awesome person ever.
That's cool. That's really cool. So is the Olympic team trials on your horizons?
Yes. Last year I was really trying, and in December was upset when I fell short a few matches. But for sure, it's in my sight, and I feel like I'm more focused now than I was then.
So leading up to the last chance qualifier, what's your training gonna look like?
We're gonna for sure do more conditioning, a lot more live matches. Hopefully, we'll get in a few more tournaments before that.
Obviously, you know, COVID turned the world on its head. What do you think you've worked on most, or maybe developed through the adversity that the pandemic has provided?
I feel like I've overcome like constant change, because I like to have like a set plan and always be going by it. But with COVID, everything's been up in the air and there's no set schedule. So probably like inviting like adversity into my life more.
Oh, well, congratulations. Great performance. You know, looking forward to watching you compete again. Hopefully sometime soon.
Yes. Thank you.
Yeah, great job.
Thank you.
Yeah, you.
Just right here by now?
Just about. Just the last bit. Not that
Is it recording this part?
It is recording. Live stream.
Hi. Oh my gosh. Hi, world.
Don't know how many people are tuning on right now.
Well,
it is live stream.
Well, while we wait a second, I'm gonna slick my edges, because, you know, Twitter be low-key coming at people with bad edges, man. I just wrestled, but, you know, no mercy.
No mercy.
Yay. I did what I need to do today.
Ready to go?
Yes.
Want to pop your mouth right now?
No. Yes. Oh my God, it is so hard. It's a really good knock guard.
Yeah. Oprah. Diamond Guilford, U23 national champion. How you feeling?
There's not enough words. I feel great. I just feel great. Very happy.
How many times have you and Precious wrestled?
Well, we were on the same high school team. So we never really wrestled there because we were different weight classes. But once we got into college, it had to happen at least twice a year. So probably 8 times now. So yeah. You
got her the last 2 senior nationals, and you've been there both times.
Yeah.
You know, can you walk us through your pin today?
Well, I don't really practice pins, if I'm being honest. It's just more of a feeling for me. So if I feel like they're off balance and I feel like I have a lot of leverage, then I'm able to actually
go for a throw and such. So that's the purest form of wrestling that is in me, is the pins, because I don't practice throws. I practice techs overall. So it's really sweet when I can get a pin every now and then and just like in the match.
So how'd you set this one up?
Set up this pin?
Yeah.
Sorry, it's gonna take me a second. I run through.
No, it's tough remembering coming right off the mat.
Yeah. Wrestling's a lot of feeling, as I said before. So when it came to this pin, I believe that she shot in on me, and I was able to down block. I got one arm under and one arm over, and I didn't even think about it. I was just like, and turn the tables. And that was basically it. If anything, I would have loved to go for a tech fall. And coming back from the center, we were at 8-4. So I knew I need to go and get 6 more points to go and finish the match, because that's what I'm constantly looking for, is those 10-point gaps, not only for my conditioning as I go on to the higher levels, but also just so I can like try a new technique, try to get my points in different ways and such.
Yeah. So you were about as dominant as you could be today, two technical falls and a spin. Are you happy with your performance?
Actually, it's never my performance I'm looking at. It's always my growth. Like, that's literally what I nitpick over every day at practice. Like, I'll have a good practice, but I'll come off the mat frustrated because I'm just like, I just want to grow. I want to get better. I don't care what point I'm at, whether that was at college, whether it's at the senior level, it's at the other. I'm always looking for growth. So I'm very happy that I showed some growth today, and especially even from the last tournament, senior nationals. There was a lot of things that I had to build on from there, and I was able to implement them here, and I was so happy. So yeah.
So obviously, COVID has impacted the ability to compete and opportunities to get out there and wrestle people. Where have you seen the most growth during this time period?
My mindset, if I'm being honest. If I'm going to be honest, before we hit the quarantine period, I had just gotten so lost in the sauce of wrestling. Like, I knew I loved it. I knew I didn't want to quit, but I was burning myself out because I wasn't prioritizing the various other things in my life that make my life complete. So during quarantine, we all had to go back home. I got to go and be with my family, and being with them made me realize, yes, I love wrestling, and these are other things I love. I love my family. I love my hair. So those 3 things I tried to keep up to the top, the tippity top. And so far in my wrestling life, I've been back on the mat for maybe 3.5 months now. My heart's been full, if I'm being honest. Like, I've been talking to my family every day. I've been wrestling every day. Like, even wrestling alone right now is a blessing to me. And I've been braiding up my hair every day for practice, for a competition, and my hair's starting to grow again. So those 3 things are like complete. So I'm very happy.
So do you think that's more of just like a general appreciation for everything, or do you think that's more of like a priority shifting around type of thing?
It was both, basically both. Priority-wise, I used to always just place wrestling in front of relationship, family, and everything, because I didn't believe that you could balance being at such a high level and having all these things, right? But then I got to meet people like Alan Gray and Tamara to Stockholm around almost every day. And they both have husbands. They both live full and complete lives. Well, modified lives because of quarantine and COVID, but full lives. And they're able to balance that all while winning world championships. So the blessing that COVID's brought to my life is that I was able to take a step away from wrestling and just fit in all the puzzle pieces of how I can grow in wrestling, but also grow in me being able to talk to my little sister and my brothers and stuff. And then again, my hair. So yeah, I'm so serious about it.
That's awesome. That's really cool. So obviously no U23 Worlds this year, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But what does it mean for you to come out and win a U23 title and be able to see the growth, that you're hoping that you're showing over the past couple months?
Well, 2 years ago, I didn't go U23s because I didn't know much about it, and because I had a test that I prioritized over it. Then the next year, I went to U23, took 3rd, and this year I was like, I want it all. Like I want everything that I've been working for. So like no matter how bad my body feels, I'm just gonna go off and recover better. No matter how bad my mental state is, I'm gonna tell myself the truth, which is that I'm strong, I'm fast, and I'm quick. And I'll repeat those things during my matches when I start to feel doubt come in. And I forgot the question, but that's basically my mindset coming into U23 tournament and just being able to win it this year. Oh, last year I came home with no world teams, and it was a struggle in itself. But now that I get to come home with at least this title right here, it means a lot.
So we've got, Olympic team trials in the not too distant future. What's it look like for you now and then?
A lot of quarantining and a lot of training, basically. I'm going to try to connect myself with as many people as possible. So if you listen to this right now, hear my voice. I'm just trying to get training in, just to get better, get different perspectives. If anybody wants to hit me up on Facebook and be like, oh, you can do this. I definitely ask my coaches about it, and then we try to implement it. Like, I'm very open like that. And basically just train quarantine until we get to that finals match, basically.
Yeah. So, domestically, you've got probably the best wrestler in the world, Adeline Gray, in your class. Is that something you think about? And and you said she's someone that you're around a lot. You train with. What is that like? Knowing that hey, to get that Olympic team spot and to reach my goals, I'm going to have to be the best wrestler in the world. Just to get there.
Well, I basically think about, because usually we're in the same practice room together, unless she decides she wants to go train somewhere else, and I'm just like, okay. And then I get to wrestle with her, and it's really helped me establish boundaries, if anything else. And then me separating that teammate to competitor to the person, right? So we're just gonna go out there and be like, the best wrestler wins. The person with the best mindset, the best technique, the best positioning is going to win. So I feel like that kind of takes it out of my hands and out of my head personally, because then all I have to do is think about positioning. All I have to do is think about staying on my feet, wrestling, not getting pinned. Like, it makes it so much easier to wrestle out there when it's not me versus her, but my good position or trying to get her out of position versus her trying to stay in position type deal. Yeah.
Yeah. So again, you're still U23 eligible.
Yes.
So technically, not a junior, but kind of an age group, transitioning out of the age group,
yeah,
full-time senior level wrestler. Mm-hmm. So when did that become okay, I'm not an age group level wrestler, I'm going to be competing with Adeline Gray versus Adeline Gray is my hero, best wrestler. Or was there a moment like that, or was she always a competitor?
She was always a competitor to me, if I'm being honest. Yeah. I did not actually learn about all this age group stuff and junior stuff until I was on the junior national team a couple years ago. Mm-hmm. And that's when I finally started to learn about all this. And then since then, I was like, I'm going to go and be a great international wrestler. I'm going to bring back gold medals for the United States, this, that, and the other, right? So as I'm trying to find out which weight class I work best at, this, that, and the other, I just view everybody as competitors. And then we go back to, instead of me versus her, my position versus her position, my mental fortitude versus hers, this, that, and the other, right? So coming in, and wow, I'm really forgetting all these questions. I am so sorry.
No, I
feel like I'm going on a tangent.
Good answers. So okay. You must know.
But it's never been, oh, I'm too young for this. It's always been, I'm going to step up to whatever plate is presented to me. And that's got me here. So yeah.
All right, and I gotta ask, because you brought it up a couple times. What's the best hair secret you've learned over quarantine?
Okay, so I'm a dreadhead. I have locks for hair. My hair is locked up for all my lock community people in the wrestling world. And the best thing that you can do for your hair is braid it up. And not only braid it up, but I'm gonna give you guys a sneak peek. It might look bad in the back. Okay, not only braid it up, but also tie the braids together in the back so then the braids don't come loose individually. And that'll keep your hair intact. If anything, it'll make the dreads stronger. And it's saved my hair, because I have to cut my hair over quarantine because it was so messed up from wrestling. I cut it to right here, but now it's down to my shoulders because I've been braiding it no matter what practice is coming by. It saves my edges. No more receding hairline. It's all intact. So yeah.
Awesome. Well, hey, I hope someone watching that can glean a little advice and hopefully start some pretty sweet locks of their own.
Oh yeah.
But hey, congratulations, Diamond. Great performance. Looking forward to seeing you at both the team tracks.
It's gonna be so great. Thank you.
You're welcome.
It's nice seeing you again.
You too. All right, everybody. That was it.
That was the last one,
That
guys.
was the last one. We'll be back tomorrow with juniors and U23s, men's freestyle.